Okay guys, now we're going to go over measurements and why we do them here at Fit Body Bootcamp. So the scale is not really the greatest way to measure your results because 1 pound of body fat versus 1 pound of muscle are going to look completely different. So a pound of muscle occupies a lot less space, and we want to make sure we're converting as much of your fat into muscle as possible to make sure you look good naked, right? So that's why the scale isn't always going to give you a very accurate measurement of your results. So especially women, don't rely on the scale for your measurements. We do a lot of other different types of measurements for Body Bootcamp. So we ask you to do your measurements every month. At the beginning of the month, first week of the month is measurement week. If you're on one of our transformation challenges, however, or one of our more specific challenges, we're going to ask that you do it once a week. And usually it's on a Friday. So it's very important you know how to do your measurements. You understand why we do them. So I'm going to go over that with you. If you are at our downtown location or our Lake Mary location, we have a measurement station, so make sure you go over to the measurement station, grab your measurements out, and then just write the date, your weight that day, your body fat, and then all of your measurements in there. Okay, so the way we do that first, this is our body fat analyzer. So basically what you're going to do on here is you're going to turn it on, and then you're going to press set, and then you're going to press set one more time. And then you're going to enter your height, as you can see in here. Once you have the height entered using your up and down arrows, you're going to press set, and then you're going to enter your weight and use the up and down arrows to do so. Once you have that entered, you're going to press set, and then you're going to enter your age. So again, same thing, press set once you have that entered, and then it's going to ask you male or female. So using the up and down arrow, you can change that. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Press set, and then once you have everything entered, you're going to hold it out just like this, and then press the green start button, wait for the numbers to pop up, and once the numbers pop up, it's going to be the number on this top line, and it says fat. So as you can see, there's fat BMI. We don't care about the BMI, we care about your body fat, because that's a direct correlation with your health and how you look, all those things. So body fat is much more important, so make sure you write down the body fat number. That's how we do our body fat measurement. So this one's pretty accurate, but the most important thing with this is that you're very consistent with it. You want to ideally do this first thing in the morning before you work out, before you've really done anything. Realistically, if that's not the case for you, and that's not the time that you come, or that's not the time that you do your measurements, just make sure you're consistent with it, because the consistency is the key. So if you always do your measurements after you work out at the end of the day, always do them that way. If you always do them first thing in the morning before you work out, always do them that way. Okay, so that's your body fat. The third measurement, we also do take your weight just for the body fat and just to kind of keep track of you that way as well. But the third way we do our measurements is with the measuring tape. And this is the most accurate way to measure yourself, and it really, really shows you your results the best way. And we always say, check how your clothes are fitting you, because that's going to show you your measurements better than anything else. If your jeans are fitting you better and all of a sudden you have to change a belt loop and none of your clothes fit you, but the scale isn't budging, don't worry, because obviously that means you're losing body fat. So I'm going to show you how to do the tape measurements by yourself. Alright, so again, if you're on one of our normal programs, we ask that you do this every month. At the beginning of the month is measurement week, and we'll always let you know of that. We'll be announcing that. If you're on a transformation challenge or a more specific challenge, we want you to do this weekly, because we want to really hold you accountable. Anything but regularly, you don't want to do it weekly because it becomes obsessive. So once a month is plenty. Okay, so the first measurement we do is your waist. So you're going to find your belly button, and you're going to take the measuring tape, and we use this tape that clicks in because it's, as you can see, it clicks in here. You always want to make sure you click it in, because that's going to make it consistent every time, okay? And then you use this to tighten the rope. Okay, so find your belly button, and you're going to wrap the tape around your belly button, and then you're going to click it in. That's going to be your waist measurement. You click it in and use the little button to tighten it, and then you just read the number that's closest to half inch. Get it as close as you can, and we always do the inches, okay? Get the number, take it out, and then the hip measurements. The hip measurement is going to be the widest part of your hips, okay? So ladies, men, wherever your butt sticks out the most, wherever your hips come out the most, wherever that point is that's the widest point, do it there, okay? And stand with your feet together. Always keep your feet together. We don't want to make them farther than they are. And then same thing, same process, use the little button to tighten it, and then you can look down and read the measurement. And if you're doing this by yourself, you can kind of feel the widest part, just make sure you're consistent with it again. So if you're not exactly at the perfectly right spot, it's okay, just make sure you're consistent. We always do measurements on the right, so you're going to take your right thigh, and right in the middle of the thigh, make sure all the weight is on your left leg, and then same thing, in the middle of the thigh, and then you can turn it so you can read the measurement, click it in, and record that number. And then last one is your arm. Arm is probably the trickiest one, so you just want to click it in first, and then wrap it around your arm, and it's just going to be the middle of your arm. Tighten this, and pull it so you can see the measurement. Okay, so that's how you do all the measurements. If for whatever reason you want to do more specific measurements, you can do some more of those as well. But those are the measurements that we require you to do. So again, the most important thing, I can't stress this enough, is that you're consistent with it. So if you've been doing your measurements wrong and you're on a challenge and you get to like week 5 and suddenly someone else does your measurements the correct way, it's not going to be very accurate. So if you're doing it wrong the whole time, just keep doing it wrong. We'll show you how to do it right, but just make sure you're consistent with it when you do the measurements. All right, and we look forward to seeing you, and we'll always help you out. If you ever need help with measurements, you have any questions about it, let us know so we can show you how to do it the proper way. But what I would recommend is getting one of these. They're super cheap. You can get them on Amazon. It's called Myotape, and you can order one. You can do it in the mirror, or you can do it in the bathroom. Use the mirror so you can see the first time at least. That way you're making sure you're getting it at all the right spots, so you're doing it right every time. Okay? And we'll see you soon.